What's up, guys? James the Executioner Vick here. Got my boy Sensei Adrian. I want to give you a breakdown of what I saw this weekend from the Lopez-Lomachenko fight. Lopez was a big underdog. People were really surprised how the fight turned out. This is some things that I saw that I think, and obviously I'm not a high-level boxer. I did box. I'm an MMA fighter. So if you have any criticism on my video, feel free to put your input in. No problem. I won't get offended. But this is what I saw. So I've studied Lomachenko a lot, right? He is really good at getting the outside angle. And something Tim Bradley said constantly in the commentary is if you stop Lomachenko from getting the angle, he becomes a regular fighter. I don't want to go that far, but if he can't get the angle, it does change things for sure. So what Lomachenko does really well to get these angles, he has a series of shoulder baits he does. He's here, his hands are up good when he's in range, right? He's here, he'll shoulder bait this way. He'll do it, and when he starts faking his shoulders and moving, he'll shoulder this way, then he'll step here, he'll do this. He'll shoulder here, he'll step here, and he'll get that angle, right? When he starts shoulder baiting, what happens is people put their hands up and do a double forearm guard. Lopez didn't fall for that. Basically, he didn't fall for any of the shoulder fakes at all. But let's pretend he did. So his hands are up, right? So Lomachenko, sometimes he'll throw past the glove here, he'll pull it down, and he'll use that to cut the angle. Sometimes he'll throw a 1-2, then he'll just step. Sometimes he'll go here to the body. But everything he does is to get the outside foot to the angle where he's here and he can land this power cross from the blind side. That's what he does. Well, what Lopez did such a good job of is he stayed back with his hands up good. And obviously Lopez has a very high fight IQ. Maybe only the hardcore boxing fans knew. The regular average guy didn't know how high level Lopez's IQ was, I believe. I didn't even know. You know, like I said, I'm an MMA guy, not a boxer. I watch a lot of boxing, but his IQ was very impressive, right? So what he did do, when Lomachenko would start coming in fainting here, if he would get a little angle, Lopez would come with the hook. He would throw the left hook there. He would also, when Loma would start going here, he was laying on the right hand. Loma kept his hands up so he was able to block it, but he wouldn't just throw one, then he would release 2 or 3 punches. And he would come down to the body. He would also, when Loma would throw here, he was landing the uppercut, right? So Loma didn't do a bad job, but the problem is honestly, when you're not a power puncher and you get behind on the scorecards, it's tough for you. I thought the fight was close, but I definitely thought Lopez won, possibly by a couple rounds, 2 or 3 rounds even. But if Lomachenko gets behind, he's not known to be a power puncher, and he's also moving up in weight class. So when you're not a power puncher, you basically have to win decisions. You can't depend on coming from behind and knocking someone out, right? So when Loma was fainting and Lopez isn't falling for it, right? He's sticking the jab, he's landing the right hand. When he does get the angle, he's landing the hook, right? And he's mixing it up to the body, throwing the cross to the body as well. When Loma starts doing this and he's not baiting on it, Loma switched it up, and of course this took 5 or 6 rounds to do, so he was kind of waited a little too long.
Too late.
But what happens is, what was happening is when Lopez wasn't falling for the fakes, Loma just started throwing. Boom, and he started throwing straight left hands. He would fake, Lopez wouldn't bite on it, and then he just started releasing it, right? The problem is he's not a big puncher. So Lopez ate those shots. He took it, and he took them well. And then in the later rounds, especially the last round, Lopez bit down his mouthpiece and fought. He was able to take Lomachenko's stuff. When he hit Lomachenko, even when Lomachenko had his hands up, Lomachenko would get knocked back. The power difference was very evident. And I just felt like Lopez, more of what he did right than what Lomachenko did wrong. He didn't fall for the fakes. He sat back here. If he's a southpaw, I'm Lopez, he's Lomachenko, he would go to the shoulder bait. He didn't fall for it. He just stayed back. He would step here. He would land. He didn't fall. He never once did like a lot of Lomachenko's opponents do when he shoulder baits. He didn't go here and give him that angle. He never did that. And he stayed back. He's very fast with his hands, and timing was good, and just high fight IQ. And he was able to stop Lomachenko from getting the angle, and he was able to win the decision. And it was closer than what I thought some of the judges had it, but Lopez clearly won the fight, and it was very impressive, very high fight IQ from Lopez, and he definitely has a bright future, 23 years old, unified world champion. Hope y'all liked the video. If you have any comments about it or anything like that, or any other techniques you'd like me to break down in the future, let me know. Thank you, guys.